reaction. They make me feel like they're not cared about, that I'm not listening to what they're saying. So I want to thank Savannah, Ella, Turner, Layla especially. They really taught me how to enunciate, how to show my emotions, how to make people feel cared for by how I'm speaking. For that, I'm very thankful. Those are some of my lessons in humility. That's not the only thing I've learned over the past 3 years. They've taught me so much about themselves, so much about the world. I think back to 6th grade, every single day at the beginning of class, Colette would come up to the front of class with a bunch of magnets of potatoes, and she would teach us potato facts every day. I don't know how there's that many facts of potatoes last full school year, but there were. I still know there's 4,000 different types of potatoes, so thank you, Colette. Every day, Hunter Manning would raise his hand, he'd go to the bathroom, and he'd come back with a riddle every single day. He'd write it on the board. Sometimes he knew the answer, sometimes he didn't. We'd have to solve it together. Really broadened our minds throughout that time. Skipping forward to this year, in 2nd period, we as a class learned about everyone's favorite small town in Texas, Chatfield, Texas. Mary Page gets 3 minutes on a timer, and she teaches us about Chatfield. Who knows who did what to do, everything that's happening in town hall. I know more about the goings on in Chatfield than I do about Austin right now. For that, I'm very thankful. 4th period, completely against my will, I learned about Fortnite, Mortal Kombat, Rainbow Six Siege, everyone's favorite game, Brawl Stars. I learned so much about that I didn't need to know. I want to give a shout out to Alicia and Greta, 2 girls in 14-boy class, had to learn more about basketball, football, lacrosse, and video games than anyone should in a lifetime. 3rd period, we learned most from Calvin Coram. He taught us what aura is, that he has the most aura, I have the least aura. That to have aura, you need to be nonchalant, but not try to be nonchalant, or else you look chalant. I don't know what that means. I'm still trying to figure it out, but I'm thankful for Calvin for trying to teach us. 1st period, instead of everyone's favorite Trivia Thursday, we've been doing a game called GeoGuessr, which is where there's a video on the screen, it's someone just walking through a city somewhere in the world, and you have to put where that is on a map. If you get it right, you get a piece of candy. I learned from Lucas that everywhere in the world looks like Lincoln, Nebraska, which is his favorite city. I don't know why, I don't know if he's been there, I think he has, but he taught us a lot about what looks like Lincoln, Nebraska. I feel so blessed to have gotten to see you all grow over the past couple years. See you grow when we all spend time together, big events. I think back to Go Week, we all went to Washington, D.C. We saw beautiful monuments, incredible museums. You all spent all your time in the gift shop buying stuffed animals, noisemakers, little toys you threw on the ground and pop back up. I think about house games, incredible. Milligan, my house, we won 2nd place 3 years in a row. Some might say that's more impressive than 1st place, I don't know. Shout out to Milligan, you know, yeah. I think about our field trip to DC, or to NASA in Houston, 3-hour bus ride, we had to stop an hour in. I'm not naming names, but someone couldn't hold it for longer than an hour. We had to go both ways. In those big groups, I've seen you grow, but I love how I've gotten to see you grow day to day. 6th grade, there's some of you, I barely know what your voice sounded like because we couldn't get your head out of the book. But now you're raising your hand to volunteer, you're sharing in class. If we put you in groups, you are leading the groups, you're sharing, you're talking. There's some of you who, when you were in 6th grade, to keep you from running around in circles across the classroom, they put YouTube videos in front of your face. Like you were a toddler watching Cocomelon. And now you pay attention for a whole class every day. You can raise your hand and answer questions. It's awesome. I've seen you grow as leaders. I've seen you grow as humans. I've seen you learn to be better friends. I've seen you learn to encourage each other. I think the main thing that you have taught me is what it looks like to be in a community. I hope you all realize how lucky you are to have that. Over the past 3 years, I've seen you form deep friendships, deep bonds that are going to last for a long time. A very small moment when I think of, that some of y'all might not even remember, in DC, one night I was up on y'all's floor making sure everything was going well before it was bedtime. Instead of staying in your rooms by yourself, just your roommates playing on your phone, you all just came out in the hallway and sat on the floor, just because you wanted to be by each other, to be with your friends, to hang out. You were running around screaming, being crazy, you just wanted to hang out with your friends. And that's such a small moment, but something I hope you don't take for granted. Something I hope you have so many more moments like that over the next 4 years. It's rare in middle school to form these relationships, these deep, deep friendships. Hebrews 10:24-25 says, "And let us consider how we may spur one another on toward love and good deeds, not giving up meeting together, as some are in the habit of doing, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day approaching." That's what I want for you as you go to high school. That you've had these 3 years here in middle school, some of you came later, but you've all formed these deep bonds, these deep relationships. School's going to get harder. You're going to have more extracurriculars. Sometimes you're going to feel like you're drowning with everything that's going on. When that happens, lean on the people that are sitting by you in these rows. Lean on your friends. Remember to encourage each other, to love each other, to push each other forward to bigger and better things. You know each other so well in a way that pushes beyond normal friendships. I was here at Hyde Park walking these hallways. Some of the friends I made in that time were groomsmen in my wedding, standing up next to me. I see the start of those bonds with you right now. You care deeply about each other. You want the best for each other. You know the best way to encourage your friends, the best ways to challenge them. You know how to be there for your friends when things get hard. Don't leave that behind. Take these lessons you've learned and take them forward. The last thing I want to say to all of you is thank you. My first year as a teacher, I didn't know what I was doing. I was scared and nervous and anxious. Would my students like me? Would they care what I had to say? I couldn't imagine a better grade for my first 3 years here. You're resilient, you're kind, you're encouraging, you're welcome, you're caring. I couldn't have done this job without you. And for that, I'm going to be forever grateful. You bring joy to my classroom every single day. Not a day goes by without me cracking up, you teaching me something new, you teaching me about yourselves. Thank you again for everything.